Test.
Looking for the perfect tour guide to take you through the process of dinosaur creation? Mr. DNA can do exactly that. ¿Buscas al guía turístico perfecto que te lleve por el proceso de creación de un dinosaurio? Señor ADN es el indicado para el trabajo. Le centre de la découverte, situé au cœur de Jurassic World, propose plus d'une centaine d'expositions interactives. With over 100 interactive exhibits, the Innovation Center lies at the heart of Jurassic World. Con más de 100 atracciones interactivas, el Centro de Innovación es parte del núcleo de Jurassic World. El Centro de Innovación cuenta con más de 100 atracciones interactivas y su vinculación de Jurassic World.
Alright, we're back into it. Alright, let's get this going. Welcome back to the stream. We're finally getting back into this. In the last session we did of this, we finished Isla Matanceros. Matanceros. I don't know how to pronounce it. Matanceros. I don't know. Isla Matanceros. There we go. That sounds alright. We spent forever trying to get this dinosaur to get some fights done, which we finally did. So, you know, we got that over here. We got this absolute pain to finally fight something. I'm naming you Steak. You look like a steak. Hold on, wait. I need to change my visual settings. Screen setup. It's too dark. Oh, that is so much better than last time. It was so dark. Alright, you are getting renamed. Alright, guys. This is Porterhouse. And we'll call you... Hmm. I don't know what to call this one. I'm gonna name these medium well and medium rare. So that's medium rare. And medium well. Alright. Got medium rare and medium well. We got all our dinosaurs in there. What's our park status at? We're making good money. What can I do as far as research? Because considering the money we have, I want to get some research done before we move to the next island. I feel like that would be a good idea. We want to get as much done here as possible before we move to the next place. So we should use up all the dig sites we can, all the, like, get all the DNA we can, just cover everything before we move to the next place, you know? You don't have any fossils. The only risk with staying at this island is that, like, you know, some of our dinosaurs might die of old age. But there's no storms on this island, which means, you know, we'll be safe from those. But yeah, we should be good overall, you know? I want to see how big this map is. It goes all the way down here. Oh, and then it goes around this hill up here. I remember this map now. Eventually, what I always do with these parks, or at least what I always did in this game, because of the multiple islands, is after I finished one island, you know, I would go do the other ones, and then once I had enough money on that one island, I would tear everything down, sell all the dinosaurs, and make a whole new ideal park, you know? But that usually didn't happen for a while. There were times when I attempted to do it with the dinosaurs I already had, but that was difficult because you had to offload them to, like, different enclosures, like temporary ones, and you had to make sure they were happy in those, and, you know, all that. But, you know, it's also harder to do in this version because you don't have time stop or even time slow. So, is this still going? I think we unlock more research teams once we go to other islands, though. Like, there's certain requirements for it. I could... Okay, here's what I'm thinking. While we're waiting on these, we might as well... Okay, big thing I need to see. I want to unlock each group's rewards, which means I need to get a security contract, and quick.
I've just received reports of a new contract that's available.
Oh, Struthiomymus with a rating of 9? Easy. Easy contract. What's my current Struthy rating? 11. I'm good. In fact, I can give this thing max rating. I don't think I've done Arid yet. I'm gonna just level this thing's rating up to the highest it can possibly be. And I guess I might as well go for lifespan. Boom. The ultimate Struthy. And you know what? For good measure, I'll make a second one with a different skin pattern. I'm double completing this mission. Alright. I probably could have waited until these were done, actually. Because I didn't realize they were back. But, you know, it's fine. Struthys are easily replaceable, so... I want to see if this gets us to full Struthy DNA. Alright, I'm gonna have this gate open, because we aren't releasing any carnivores right now. So I'm gonna release 2 Struthys. Something else about this game is you can only release 1 dinosaur at a time. You can't release multiple.
I guess this means congratulations are in
So you
order.
can't have like 8 egg batches.
I've got a new contract for you.
Oh.
Review it, and then I think you should
That's
accept
another one that's going to help with my my security. I need to maintain a high guest count. What do my guests need? Let's see here. Okay, they need better food, they need better fun, and they need better shopping, but food and fun are the priorities. Let me go through my food places. That's not a food place. Where are the food places? Hello, food place. So I got the medium dish, most expensive dish, and cheapest dish. But that's fast food. What I need, and I think I unlocked it. Could have sworn I unlocked it. Open research. Where's a restaurant? I need to obtain a Krytonosaurus fossil, which means I need to maintain guest count. Okay. I can't do that contract.
This is a side hustle that we should get behind.
Reach 400,000 profit per minute. That shouldn't be too hard. I'm only 100,000 away. I could make a new enclosure for Krytonosaurus. Or not Krytonosaurus, Huayangosaurus. Hand me one of these. Thank you very much. I'll take that and put it right there. And I'll take this one and put it right over here. And now should have
Ladies and gentlemen, we have added a new viewing gallery for you to observe our magnificent creatures.
I have to delete it. But at least I can get this path to look nice and straight, which is a bonus of itself. And this will bring more guests over here. Now let's grab one of these. There you go. And let me get one of the It's too close to the building. Okay. What I need to do, this is probably gonna waste funds. Looks to be the exact distance. Going to take this.
Hi.
Hey, welcome to the stream. I am working on getting this park set up right now. I'm very excited to be back playing this game. It's been a very long time. But yeah, we're gonna be moving on to the next island shortly after this stream.
I can't stay long because it's late for me, but I will stay a bit.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I get it. It's a little late here too, but you know, I'll be sticking around as long as I can. So, you know, there's no pressure for you to stay any longer than you can. Of course, there's terrain constraints. Okay. I need to grab the flattening tool and then make it full size. And then flatten all of this out because this needs to not be so uneven. And now that I got that, it should hopefully work a bit better. I wanted to get that closer. Hold on. Alright, I need to try and get this closer than I had it. Normally this would be easier, but it's not, because, you know, I went and made things difficult for myself, because I'm just great like that, you know? Alright, I do want to find a spot for this science center as well. Wait, I've already got one. I've already got a science center.
I just got a new game a couple days ago and I'm already obsessed with it.
Ooh, which game is it? And yeah, that's how I was with this game when I first got it. I literally got this on my Switch when it came out as like the complete edition. And that's back when I like played only on Switch because that was the only console I had. And you know, I would not put this game down. Like I played through every single island, made them fully custom, did all of it. You know? So I love this game. This game is like the best game I've ever played. It just fits the gap. Oh yes, that is so satisfying. I love that. I love Like in games like these, when that goes your way, it's just so good. Ooh. I actually haven't heard of that game. I have heard of My Hero though. I watched a bit of it, but I don't know too much about the show. Like I was in like, I don't even remember which arc I was in, but I need to see the view of this. So I can probably do one full fence extension.
My Hero Academia is one of my favorite shows.
Yeah, I got into it for a little while. It was a decent show. I liked it. But I think when it comes to anime, my favorite shows... Okay, so this one is very obscure. Dinosaur King. The best... Well, not the best, but the most nostalgic anime for me, for sure. Because, like, I grew up on that show. I watched it all the time. I was obsessed with it. It was... Like, I literally have a $3,000 collection of Dinosaur King stuff. Like, I loved that show. So, you know, it's like, that show will always be like a top tier one for me. Like, even to this day, like, it's a little corny, sure, but it's still a very good show, and I find that it's very entertaining. The second season was a little confusing at first, but like at least it didn't make like everything seem out of whack, you know, because like it seemed like they planned that from the beginning, which at least, you know, they didn't just throw something in, which was nice. But I mean, yeah, overall I think that's probably one of my favorite shows. That, and I love One Punch Man. I think that like One Punch Man is probably one of my favorites for sure. Yeah, I haven't watched a lot, but of the ones that I've watched, Dinosaur King is up there, and One Punch Man is definitely up there as well. But yeah, right now I'm making an enclosure for Huayangosaurus. Because I need to bring more people into this park to get more income. Which means I need more dinosaurs.
When I was at Disney World, I was watching Jurassic Park.
That's the most ironic thing I think I've ever heard. Like, you go to Disney and you watch a Universal movie. Honestly, though, I would probably do that. I think that would be funny. There we go. That's a nice big enclosure for them. Actually, that might be a bit too big. But, I mean, it's fine. It's fine. They'll appreciate it. Maybe I can give it to, like, a more important dinosaur later on. Oh, I hate when it does that. It like raises the ground. Hold on, I need to grab this tool. And then this tool. I hate when it does that. Oh no, this game doesn't have water as its own thing.
Yeah, I was not at the Disney hotel because they're really expensive, so we were at a hotel by it so we could easily drive there, and I fell as.
Do I have sand in my terrain paints? No, but I do have rock.
I really like putting on movies for going to sleep.
Ooh, yeah. A good friend of mine actually does that as well. I personally, I like listening to soft music to sleep. Movies, they'll keep me up and like wanting to pay attention to them, you know? And like, if I'm trying to sleep, I just want to sleep. And I do need something playing, because otherwise my mind will get all distracted and go all over the place and be like, oh, remember this thing? What did you do here? You know, what if this thing happened? Or like it'll go on like a random tangent, like, I wonder what it's like in Iceland right now. Or like, I wonder who the third most famous celebrity is. You know, little weird things like that, right? And it'll just keep me up at night thinking about all this random stuff, and I'm like, dude, I need to go to sleep. So what I'll do is I'll take my phone, right? And I have an Apple HomePod in my room. So I hook it up to my HomePod and I put on just like some like soft piano music, you know? Like I got like some Genshin Impact songs on there. I've got Undertale, I've got like some oldies on there too, actually, which are pretty nice. I've got like some Johi Saishi, some of his music from like Spirited Away and Howl's Moving Castle and all that. So I've got like a variety, and I just kind of listen to that while I sleep, and it helps a lot, you know, because I'm not as distracted. My mind can kind of focus on the music, which gives it like something to focus on, and then I just fall asleep. Alright, I need to get these Huayangosaurs extracted, so they better hurry up. Less than a minute remaining, but it's still taking way too long.
I listen to songs mostly, but unlike when my friends have a sleepover, we watch movies, aka one movie.
I think the closest thing I've had to that, where we like fell asleep to a movie, was like my school in 6th grade. Our whole class, we did a bunch of projects based around Africa, right? And every day we would watch this like trail cam from Africa. Yeah, sorry, I had to mute real quick to yell at my dog because he was trying to eat my cat. But yeah, basically, what we were doing is we would watch this trail cam for like 30 minutes every day, and usually when we watched it, it would.
Let's make that every day, shall we?
Usually when we would watch that trail cam, it would be nighttime, right? And the thing with that is you can't see most of the good stuff at night. We wanted to see elephants and lions and all that cool stuff. Right? What we ended up doing, and this is something in like, we called it the pit, basically in the elementary building. You had 2 rows. You had like 1 row which was connected to the front office, and then you have like K through 3rd grade on that side, and then on the other side there was a row with 4th through 6th grade, and in between there was this massive like assembly area. The whole floor was carpeted, and it had like this screen that you could pull down, like projector screen. And you know, basically what we did is we brought our like pillows, blankets, sleeping bags, whatever we wanted. And we had an overnight sleep at the school, and we watched like the trail cam basically at this pond, and we got to see elephants and there was lions. We saw a cheetah show up at one point, and then that night I think we also had like our big 6th grade party, because after that we were all moving up to middle school, 7th grade, so it was like a big thing. And I remember our principal was there, and he led us into the gym, and our gym is massive, so we're all like walking in a straight line into the gym, and then like we walk in, right? And then once we're inside, he has someone turn off the lights, and he screams the moment the lights turn off, and it causes all of like the people in my class to start screaming, and people are like running around frantically and like bumping into each other, and it was the most chaotic but most hilarious thing I think I've ever seen my principal do. I've got so many stories from my school years. Like, there was this one time when I single-handedly caused the school to re-evaluate their security. Because basically, there was this one time in 3rd grade, right? Where, we had just finished choir class, which I've taken choir since kindergarten, so I've been singing for a long time. And it was required for elementary to take choir, up until 5th grade, where you could choose to join band instead.
There's a new job available, and I know just the person to do it.
And basically, after choir class, I was telling my friends, I don't want to be at school.
The surface of what's possible with the genetic origins of our planet. Today, prehistoric life forms. Tomorrow, who knows?
I hate when that happens. Alright, anyway. So, what we'd done, right, as I was telling them, I don't want to be at the school anymore, I'm sick of this. I just want to go home. Even though there was only like an hour left in the day, I was like, what? No, I just want to go home and play video games, I want to go home and relax. So what I ended up doing is I told them I'm just going to walk home from school, and I lived like 4-ish miles away from the school, so for a 3rd grader that was a ways to walk. But yeah, so basically it was like 4-ish miles, and that's like long for a 3rd grader to walk. And they were all like, "Oh, you're not gonna do that. You're not gonna walk out of the school." And I was like, "Okay." And then I walked out of the school. I just got up, and like once class was over, I walked straight out the front office. No one even stopped me. I walked straight out, didn't grab my backpack from my classroom, didn't do anything. And basically, after that, I just kept walking. I walked all the way down County Line, and it was all downhill, because County Line in like the town I lived in was like a sloped road the entire way. And all the way on the way down, right, I got thirsty, because it's hot. It's California. It's hot out, and I'm like, you know what? I am really thirsty, and my friend, one of my friends had given me $1 that day to repay me for like buying him a cookie in the lunch line or something. So I take that $1 to 7-Eleven, and I buy myself just like a drink, right? Like I get like a nice big cup of water, and I mosey along on my way, and then as I'm walking down the street, I guess a parent of one of the students at the school called the school, because apparently she had like seen someone wearing the school uniform walking down County Line, and it was funny. And apparently, according to my friends in my class, they thought I was in the bathroom after choir class, and after like 30-ish, 40-ish minutes, my teacher sent someone to go check, and I wasn't in there, and they all like, it was funny. Like apparently they all had like a prayer session to like pray for my safety, and like all the while I was just walking home. Like I lived just on the other side of the freeway from my school, and you could just walk under, because it was like an overhead freeway, and it had like a walkway underneath and all that. So what I did was I went and I was walking and I made it all the way to like one street um before the freeway, right? And I'd walked three-ish miles at that point, which is crazy because I'd only been walking 30, 45 minutes. So like I was going at record pace for me because I was a slow walker. I was not good at walking at all. But basically, the only reason I didn't make it home was because my principal himself drove out to find me. And, he was cool about it. He picked me up in his car and drove me back to the school. And I was in trouble, obviously, but I didn't get, like, any suspension or anything. He just told me not to do it again. I didn't, because, I'm one of those people who, like, once I get in trouble for something once, I don't really do it again, Like, there's no real reason to. So, I just, after that, I ended up, talking to my parents about it, and they were a little mad. My dad thought it was funny. My mom also thought it was funny, but a little later than my dad did. My grandpa, when I first told him, he like died laughing about it because I saw him like a week later. I went to his place and it was funny. But yeah, it's to this day that's one of my probably most infamous stories.
Me to go in a forest after he saw stuff moving in the forest.
I wish I had a forest near my house. Literally, California, especially down here in SoCal, it is so barren. Like, you'll see a tree maybe every now and then dotted around, but it's like fields of dead grass and like these hills. The mountains are pretty though. I do like the mountains, but we don't have any like forests, and that's something I've always wanted as a kid, was like, I want to go into a forest and explore. I want to lift up logs and find salamanders. I want to like find rocks and lift them up and like catch hognoses, because hognoses used to be my favorite snake, and they live in California. Same with rosy boas as well. I love rosy boas, which they're not very red. They're more of like an orange and pale blue, which is still cool. I still really like them, and I've considered buying one as a pet because they're relatively inexpensive and pretty common, and pretty easy to take care of. But yeah, so
I don't have a forest by my house. That was the bad part. We were camping in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I don't even know if there's any forests near my house at all. My house was on the edge of the wilderness, though. We lived on a private road, and on that private road there was this big gate at the end that just opened out into the wilderness. Like, you would hear coyotes at night, like, howling. You'd hear all sorts of, like, animals. One time, I saw a coyote in my front yard eating a rabbit. Like, it was just sitting there eating a rabbit. My dogs were barking at it, and, like, it was just sitting there, doing its thing.
Hello.
Hey, Van, welcome to the stream. You just missed, like, talking about childhood stories. I told the story about how I walked out of school in 3rd grade and, like, walked almost all the way home.
Sledding is amazing.
Oh, yeah, my street was all, okay, this is another story, right? So I was like 11, and my grandma, a few weeks before this, had gotten me this really, really cool green bike. It was like brand new. All the bikes I had were really old, from when I was like 4 or 6, so they did not fit me very well, and they were kind of beaten up. And she got me this really nice green bike with green flames, and I loved it. I would ride that thing everywhere. And my street was like a hilled street, and it was a private road, so people didn't really drive on it. So I would always go all the way up to the top of the street and ride my bike down as fast as I could, like down the street, because I liked the rush of like going fast, And I would do that over and over and over. But my street was a little gravelly, right? So the brakes I always slid a little bit. And there was this one point where I was driving or not driving. I was biking pretty fast, and I'm seeing how fast I can go. So I'm trying to use up as much of the street as possible. And it's like the middle of summer. It's midday, and I am going down the street, and there's this metal gate at the end of the street for a house that's down there. And then to the left of that gate, like there's a fence along the whole road, and then there's like a gate in that fence that goes out to the wilderness, like I said a little bit ago. But there's this big green metal gate for this house, and I'm going down the street, right? And I try to brake, and my brake isn't like working, you know? And I try to use my feet to stop myself, but that isn't working either. And I crashed like full speed into this gate. I think I went unconscious. I'm not fully sure. It was a bit of a blur. But when I like finally pulled myself together, I was like wrapped up in my bike. And I kind of sat there for a bit, kind of hoping someone would find me. But like, I'd already crashed my bike a couple times before this. I'm used to like bike crashes and stuff. I've got a decent pain tolerance. So like after the initial shock,
I almost passed out while getting a haircut. I don't know why.
but yeah, after the initial shock of that, basically what ended up happening, I just got myself up because like my house was only like halfway up the street from me. And I knew no one was going to be on the street for another few hours because no one really drives on the street. Most of the people who live on the street are kind of like older and they wanted a quiet area to live. And it was a private road, so people don't venture down there. And it was a dead-end road as well. So I got up, brushed like some of the gravel off of me. And by this point, the pain wasn't really bad. Like, I'd mostly stopped bleeding. I was still like, kind of covered in blood though. And I basically just grabbed my bike and walk it all the way up the street.
On a scooter, ran into some construction fence and bled quite bad. I caused a bit of a scene low.
Yeah, I've had a few crashes that were scene causers. But this one, like basically I had to walk my bike all the way back up to my house. And it was a California summer day, so it was like 95 something degrees out. Not the hottest, but a decently hot day, like less hot than it's been this summer. But I walk my bike all the way up to the house. I put it in the garage and make sure to close it because I don't want that thing getting stolen. And then I go inside. I grab like a quick drink of water and I literally sit down on the couch. I don't clean myself off or anything. I sit down on the couch because I'm kind of over it at this point and I just watch YouTube. That's what I do. And my mom, she was in the shower, right? And after she was done, she came out to see how I was doing and found me covered in blood. And she freaked out a little bit, but it was that's still one of my favorite stories. Like, I don't know, my bike crash stories are just kind of like the funnier and more interesting ones.
Summers are really hot and our winters are extremely cold.
Yeah, the winters out here aren't too bad, but they get into like the 20s or 30s. The summers out here though, I think we just had a record of 124 a few days ago in Desert Hot Springs, which is like 30 minutes from where I live. Where I am, I've been working, and during the day it gets to it's reached 110 multiple times this week. So that's been a thing. But yeah, it's been in well over the hundreds all summer this summer. So thankfully, I work in a nice air-conditioned office, but I am going to start having to do field work because I work at a construction company, and I'm going to need to go out to some job sites soon. But for now, I'm just enjoying the fact that I get to be inside, Like, even just walking outside for a few minutes is very hot.
It's been raining a lot here, so it's been staying in the 90s so far.
Today was our first cloudy day in, I'm not even sure how long. I think in, multiple weeks. Just 'cause, we don't get clouds that much here. But yeah, and then I th I think today it reached 101 at the highest point. And
I had a dog. It was my grandma's dog, and my grandma gave it to us, and my grandma spoke Spanish, so we learned how to say shut up to the doggin.
yeah, my cats, when we got them, my mom, she's Romanian. So basically what we ended up doing is we would always call them we would call them by like the Romanian word for cat, right? Well, we would shorten it. We would go Mitz, Mitz. It's like my cat is laying over there, and I just did that noise, and he responded to it. He like was laying there, and then he looked up at me. But it's Mitz or Mitsu or Mitsulika. Mitsulika, I think is the word. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but it's Mitsulika. And we shortened it to Mitz or Meats. And I'm making my cat bug out right now. But yeah, we've always called them that, and you know, it's just kind of what we do. And sometimes I make that noise to other people, right? Or to other people's cats. And like, you know, I don't even realize at first that I've done it to a cat that wasn't raised in a household with Romanians.
Mitz is gonna give you the stare of a lifetime, lol.
Oh yeah, like I went up to one of my friend's cats one time and went Mitz, and like Mitz, 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 and literally the cat didn't respond. And I was like, why is it not responding? And then I turned to my friend, and he's looking at me with the most bewildered expression. He's like, what the heck are you saying to my cat? And I was like, oh, your cat isn't Romanian. And then, you know, it was a whole funny situation. But it's you know, it's funny. I like little like situations like that sometimes because they're funny to talk about later on.
No diseased dinosaurs detected.
No diseased dinosaurs detected. I think after I get this last bit of research done and like get this Dracorex mission done, what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna get rid of the maintain guest count mission. Because I don't need that.
Days ago I slept wrong, and now my arm feels like it's broken for some reason.
Oh, I need to incubate some Hyangosaurus. I'm gonna get one of each pattern. And I'm gonna prioritize rating. Why is there a dinosaur threat? Oh, there was a threat to a car, that's why. That concerned me for a second. Alright, optimize lifespan. Oh, that one raises lifespan a lot. That raises it by quite a bit. But that one raises the rating. And it's only 3 years less. 3 years less for like extra rating, you know? It's not that hard of a decision. So I'm gonna make 3 of these, right? I'm gonna make that one. Oh, dead dinosaur. I'm gonna have to replace that. I'm gonna make those 2, and it's a Struthy. It's not that big of a deal, you know. Transport helicopters, have them come get that. But yeah, Struthys aren't a big deal. They're easily replaceable, you know. Like, it's sad, but like you know. I don't remember what I was talking about. So, unless like, yeah, I have no idea what I was talking about before the Struthiomimus thing happened. Well, that's great. Moving right along then. I need to get this going again.
HE.
Hi Jules, welcome to the stream. Oh, it makes noises when you click on them.
I got to go in a couple minutes, but before I leave I will tell you when I'm about to leave, and then after I leave I will be back in a couple.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, you don't need to like worry about it. I'm gonna be streaming. Let me see how long I've been streaming for. I've been streaming for 52 minutes, so I'm probably gonna stream for another 40, roughly. So, you know, you don't need to like worry about that. You know? But yeah, I think pretty soon we are going to move to the next island, even though we're pretty far into this stream and have still been on this island. But you know, it's like I want to be prepared before moving on to the next island, you know? Like I like to get as much done as I can before moving on, just cuz it like saves me trouble later on, you know?
Hi Jogabsha.
Hey, welcome to the stream.
Ah, the Huayangosaurus. Another member of the Stegosaurians.
I'm releasing some new dinosaurs, and I'm going to be transporting them. I'm going to get this one over into here.
We are pleased to welcome a Huayangosaurus to the park.
Well, I pray before bed, but today is a Friday, so I will probably stay up a bit.
Yeah, that makes sense. I definitely stay up Friday nights more than I do weeknights, just because I have work. I work from like 6:30 in the morning until like 3ish in the afternoon. I'm gonna make one more with this gene pattern. And I need to get a herbivore feeder, which I want to put in a position that makes it easily visible from both viewing galleries. So I'm going to put it right there.
I can't stay long, unfortunately. It's almost 1 a.m. here and we're going to an amusement park tomorrow, but wanted to stop in and say hi and watch.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, you don't need to worry about staying too long. Just coming in and joining and just interacting a little bit already does so much for my channel, so it means a lot to me whenever anyone joins and, you know, hangs out, leaves a like, all that good stuff. Like, I always didn't understand how much that kind of stuff meant until I actually became a YouTuber, because I would always hear them say that stuff, you know? But then I actually became one and was like, oh, this stuff is important. Jeez, like, I need to get as much of this as possible. Like, I don't remind people about it too much, because, like, I know how annoying it can get. But every now and then it's like, you know, I want to shout out my channel a little bit, you know, some shameless promotion. It takes so much longer to get fossils in this version. Alright. I need to get this transferred. If these guys hadn't walked in there, I could have closed that gate. Ooh, the Edmontosaurs are like walking next to each other. Oh yeah, that's all good.
Beaming face with smiling eyes. I'm waiting for the kiddos to settle before I head to bed. They are so excited, lol.
Yeah, I remember those days when I remember Legoland was always the park I was most excited for. Like I liked Disney as well, like going to Disneyland, but we could go all the time cuz like my dad's cousin worked there and she would get us in for free. So it was like, we would just have tickets and a lot of times we would just leave after the first few hours in like 2 or 3 rides just cuz it took that long to do just like a few little rides. And we would just give our passes away to other people because, like, we didn't need them, And we'd, like, go grab some candy or something. Oh, speaking of which, while we're watching this guy, I'm going to go grab some chocolate that I got today. Because I got these really good chocolate-covered sugar honeycombs. And I love this stuff. I've already eaten most of the box. It was like a 1-pound box. But, it's, well, not a 1-pound box. This is more like just over half a pound. But it's really, really good.
It sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's so good. Like, sometimes the sugar honeycomb inside is a little tough. But sometimes you get lucky and you get one of the ones that's like really soft on the inside, like not soft as in like doughy, but like soft as in like if you ever think of like, oh, I can't even think of what kind of thing to compare it to. I don't know, it's just like got a softer texture on the inside. Like, not quite powdery, but like it's still got structure to it, but like it like scrapes off really easily, and it's really nice. It does get stuck in your teeth a little bit though, if but it's really, really good. I highly recommend it if you've never tried it, because it's my favorite thing to get.
I get what you mean.
Yeah, we only ever go to this one specific candy store because they're the only ones that that carry it, Yeah, it's chocolate covered sugar honeycomb. It comes in like these big chunks. So that's what you need to look for. Like, I'll post a picture on my community page and probably in like one of the chats on the like NNN server probably. So if you need to take a look, I can like ping you on there and show you what they look like, cuz they are so good. I just got one of the soft ones and it's so good. The texture's almost like the softness of like a wafer, almost.
Yeah,
but it's not
awesome.
exactly a wafer,
You.
Yeah, of course. I'll make sure to do that after the stream. I'm probably gonna eat all of these, But I have pictures of them in my photos because I like
You need
showing them to
dinosaurs for
everyone
what
and
feeding
telling them
our
how good they are.
attractions. That and goats. Lots and lots of goats.
I like that line because there are so many goats in this game. You can make a whole enclosure just out of goats. We got medium well and medium rare, my two favorite ceratosaurs. Those two are the main attraction of this island. I want to put in some Dracorex. Honestly, I'm gonna flatten out the rest of the island. I have the money to. So I'm gonna go around these buildings and just kind of flatten everything preemptively, you know? The flattening process is a little laggy and slow in this game though, because it's not very well optimized. That's the big thing about this version. It really makes you appreciate how optimized like the newer version is. Like we had a huge step up from this version in like the newer game. But this one still does hold up even now despite some of its shortcomings. Like I'm having so much fun playing this despite it being a super old game. Like I'm pretty sure this came out in like 2018, which is what, 6 years from now? Like 6 years ago? That's still crazy to me. Cuz like 2018 was like one of my most memorable years. A lot of stuff happened that year. That was like a big year for me. But you know, it's still really cool to me that like this game exists. Like when I first saw the marketing for this game, I literally became obsessed because when I was younger, I used to love Jurassic Park Operation Genesis. I would like beg and beg my dad to get it. Oh yeah, so Jurassic Park Operation Genesis is actually a perfect example of that because it is a, I think, 21-year-old game at this point. It came out in 2003 and it had only 13 dinosaurs, but it had a custom island generator. And the dinosaurs, like, the way they behaved, it was a little laggy and sporadic, sure, but it made them seem like actual creatures, you know? Like, this game has, like, turn-based battle, which, like, they do look cooler, but it's less, like, entertaining. Like, J-Pog, it had so much, like, intricate dynamic stuff. Like, you would have packs of raptors, like, chasing after, like, larger dinosaurs, and like they would all jump onto it, or like the cow feeders, you'd have raptors jumping onto the cows and like chasing them around, and they could get like knocked off, and they could even like die or get damaged from that. And it was so cool. And then you'd have like, if a T-Rex went on a rampage, which rampaging was actually a system in that, they would like go into rampage mode, break fences, and like run around sporadically eating people. And whenever a T-Rex would do that, like, if you had multiple of them, they would have, like, fights, and, like, it was very dynamic. It was really cool. You could interfere in other dinosaurs' fights, which I loved that whole idea. And they had, like, even little Easter eggs. Like, they had a zombie mode where, like, all the dinosaurs got turned into, like, zombies, and they had, like, all these little secret things. They had like mini games, like they had a camera mode and like a maze mode, and like they had all sorts of cool stuff, which is part of the reason why I love that game so much, you know? But yeah, that's to this day a game I really want to play on this channel. Like, if I can find a copy of that game, I am immediately going to play that, because that has been a dream game of mine for so incredibly long. It's crazy.
How did I miss that game? That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it was on Xbox 360, PlayStation 2, and I think PC as well. But yeah, if you ever get the chance to get your hands on one, like a PC disc or anything like that, it is very much worth a play. You know, it's a very, very fun game, and I cannot recommend it enough. Like, I used to come home and watch people play that game on YouTube for hours.
That's no lie. It's not really the truth either, but whatever.
In fact, if you want to see gameplay footage,
Lol, I didn't have any of those then. Lol, I had a Nintendo 64 grinning, squinting face.
oh yeah, I've played a few 64 games, but I haven't like played too many. But yeah, if you want to see footage on the game, the channel I'd recommend is Poet Plays. Like poet as in like the profession poet. And he's got some really cool, so I really like his Minecraft Dinosaur series. He's on like episode 600 something now. He's been doing it for like 13 years. He was the first YouTuber I ever watched. So like, you know, I've been watching his stuff for a long, long time. But yeah, he's got a really nice long series. Actually a few different series on Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, which I've seen all of, and it shows you like kind of how the game works, and like, oh, the music in that game was so good. I listened to the soundtrack on my own like a ton. Yeah, he's been doing that series for a while. He's made so many episodes in that series. He even did like a short collab with another YouTuber that I used to watch, which I don't even remember the name of anymore. I just remember he was like a cyborg. I watched a lot of like Minecraft Dinosaurs content. Oh, hi Ori, welcome to the stream. I'm just talking about like an old dinosaur game I used to love.
Hey, Kristen.
Oh, and I was telling the viewers about this really good chocolate-covered sugar honeycomb stuff, and how I'm going to post a picture of it later on the NNN server so that you guys can see it, because I think everyone needs to try this at least once. It's so good. Like, I'm having some right now, and it is so good.
Awesome.
But yeah, once we do like,
Hi, Ori.
let me see how far in the stream we are. We've done an hour and 9 minutes of streaming already. Oh, let me introduce you to my two favorite dinosaurs in this park. We've got medium well, and we've got medium rare. The two steak ceratosaurs, named after, you know, their coloration, obviously.
Nice job. I feel like we are starting to understand one another.
Alright, let's see. I think I'm gonna extract these last two fossils.
Sure, you'll show up when I'm getting ready for bed, face with tears of joy. Haha.
I'm gonna finish my Struthiomimus DNA. Basically, what I'm doing right now is getting as much done in this park as possible, so that when I move to the next one, I don't have to worry about like having to research new stuff and all of that, you know? It's way easier to do it in this park where I already have stable income and stuff than to try to do it in a new park. This stuff is so good.
These kids are so hyped for tomorrow. They've literally been chanting, Waldemir, 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 all day, rolling on the floor laughing.
You know, I think if I could visit any theme park, I really want to go to Universal Studios Japan. That is where I want to go. I've always wanted to go to Japan, but Universal Studios in Japan, amazing. Nintendo Land in California does not even hold a candle to the might and, like, brilliance of the Nintendo Land there. Oh, dead dinosaur. What died? Was it another Struthy? Yep, it was another Struthy. And that is why they are expendable. Oh, it was the third one. Okay, so we probably lost the first 3 at this point. Yeah, I want to get all these dinosaurs to 100% DNA. Because, like, you know, that'll make them live longer in the next park. What I might do, though, is once this team gets back, and once I, like, extract the fossils... Wait, do fossils transfer between islands? I think they do. Let me wait for this to finish, and then I'll experiment with that.
Okay, I gotta get some sleep. Night, y'all. Have a good rest of your stream, Jogabsha.
Yeah, thanks for stopping in. It meant a lot to have people stop in tonight, so I'm very thankful that you managed to stop by, and I hope you guys have fun tomorrow. I don't know how to switch islands.
Night, Angel.
What's the dinosaur rating that I'm going for? Target rating is 1,000.
Night Van.
Hold on. I need... Where is the thing? I really don't know how to switch islands. Like, I genuinely cannot figure this out. Is it, like, do I have a control center? Do I have one of those? Maybe it's in this. I want to save first. And then I need to figure out how the heck to switch islands.
Who doesn't want to be in showbiz? You could sure help out the entertainment division with this contract.
That is a crazy mission. Get a Huayangosaurus to kill a Ceratosaur? Do you know how big the difference in power is between those two?
Not only experimentation, but observation. And with you, I like what I see. Keep it up.
Alright. This is a bit of a predicament. Because I cannot figure out how to switch islands. Oh. It's literally its own tab. How did I miss this? Okay. We're going to Isla Muerta. which it's actually speculated that this might be the movie that they record the next Jurassic World movie in, because they're making a new movie right now, and they posted pictures that like hint at it being at one of the 5 Deaths Islands, which is these islands instead of like being back on the mainland. Hopefully this works. I remember this island was where like it wasn't too challenging, but it was a little more challenging than the others.
As if prehistoric creatures weren't enough to contend with, on this next island, Isla Muerta, you may have some meteorological events. You know, storms, extreme weather, that kind of thing from time to time.
As you can see, the weather on this island can be a little temperamental. First thing you're going to want to do is fix any damage this storm has caused. You should use a ranger team to get the park operational again. Oh, and don't forget to close any emergency shelters when it's safe to do so. Guests won't spend their hard-earned dollars huddled in a bunker underground, will they?
That must have been quite the storm. And it seems that bad weather is often a precursor to bad behavior from the dinosaurs. If you believe that everything is connected, the so-called butterfly effect, and I do believe it, by the way, then one small change is all it takes to create a series of toppling dominoes leading to rampaging dinosaurs. They don't make a butterfly net big enough to stop them.
If you guys hear that beeping in the background, by the way, that is a chicken bake that I was making. With like chicken and potatoes and, you know, carrots, all that good stuff. All the good stuff. So I'm gonna have to get that out of the oven. Hi John, welcome to the stream. I'm just getting this set up real quick. Alright. Come on. I'm gonna open the shelters actually. Because it's still storming. Alright, now it's not storming. Alright, I'm gonna leave the game paused for a second while I take care of this food, and I will be right back.
Here, John. Hey Vance. How are you? Game is a bit loud BTW, hard to hear ya. Busy, but good.
Alright everyone, I'm back. I just had to take that out of the oven real quick. Let's resume the game. Okay, so first things first. Okay, these enclosures are actually enclosed, but they're not very big. We've got
Storm defense station.
a storm defense station.
Structure against storm damage.
Okay.
Useful, huh?
Big priority. We need to get storm defense down here fast. Wait. Oh, we don't have research, fossils, or expeditions. So those are actually a big priority. Question is, where do I put them? This is gonna burn through my cash, but I need the room. Oh, that burned through so much cash, but I need the room for these buildings. Alright, let's get this hooked up. And delete those extra pieces.
Come back.
Welcome back. I am getting this set up. New research options available. Let me check something real quick in the fossil center. So they do transfer between islands. I just made myself a big cache over here. Now, I need to get some dinosaurs going. And I need some good ones. 39 rating, 52 rating for a bit more. Alright, I'm gonna make this one big enclosure. Because it serves me better if it's one big one. As opposed to like two small ones, you know? Alright, we don't have enough power distribution, so improved output and outage protection.
When things go wrong, who do they turn to first? You guessed it. So consider this contract part of us always being ready.
Like me, you want reliable power.
I'm sad because there are like bugs everywhere in my house. I'm in my bed right now and I just found an ant crawling on my wall.
Yeah, that's not fun. I found a fire ant in my bathroom the other day, which was, you know, that was a thing. So, alright, now here's what I'm gonna do. This is my strategy every single time, is to immediately go back to the previous island and research all this stuff there, and then go back to the other island and build this stuff there. Alright, what to research first. Ooh. Diseases are important. Diseases should be one of the first things you research always, because those can hit you hard. I've unlocked a bunch more dinosaurs too. Dilophosaurus is unlocked. Ooh, second carnivore. And Velociraptor. Oh, we gotta get ourselves some Velociraptors. There's no way we can miss out on those. Alright, now that we've got that, we need to research that, and then we're gonna research the new fossil type, which gives us Pseudoceratops. Really? Just Pseudoceratops? I mean, I guess this game did only have like 70 something fossils or species, so it makes sense. I still need to get some of the other dinosaur packs. So how's everyone's night going? Are you guys enjoying the stream? Have you, like, had a good night overall? Get our first bit of Velociraptor. Oh, we get transport now. That's an important one to get. We need to get the transport stuff.
Business is good, but it can always be better. Consider this contract.
Let me check what time it is. Like, what time we're at for the stream. I mean, this is about the point where I would end.
Who turned out the lights?
But, you know, it's not that big of a deal, you know? I do think I will probably be ending the stream soon, though. Just because I do want to, you know, get some other stuff done tonight. There we go. Like, I want to eat my dinner and, you know, do all of that. So, I have enjoyed this stream, though. We've gotten a decent bit done. Not as much as I thought we would, but that's alright. You know, we don't need to go super, super fast. I might end up making this into a YouTube series eventually. Like, taking these streams and... Oh, also, I had an idea for a YouTube series recently, and I think this is kind of funny. So there's this YouTube channel, I think it's called Pause Build, like P-A-W-S Build. And basically, that channel has been doing, like, you know, ethical Jurassic Park, ethical Jurassic World, where they basically try to make a Jurassic Park or a Jurassic World using the original dinosaurs from, like, the park, like, that you see in the movie, which I think I might do, like, all the ones that were actually included in the park in general. But what I want to do is make an unethical one, where I try to make it as, like, uncomfortable for the dinosaurs as possible, without letting them die, you know? I think that would be funny, like, unethical Jurassic Park episode 1.
Way to go.
Putting the T-Rex in a cardboard box, or something like that. I just think that's kind of a funny concept. Like, obviously I wouldn't do that to real animals, you know?
You have a responsibility to keep these animals fed.
Why are these guys hungry? I'm gonna change the dispense time to 4. Because this guy is starving. Not a realism mode, more like animal abuse. Like putting the animals in as small of an enclosure as possible and trying to give them as little as possible without letting them collapse out of, like, shock or, like, starvation or dehydration. You know, like, just absolutely, like, mistreat and misuse my powers over these animals. That's the whole goal of that park. Because, like, I can't make an ethical one, you know, I'd be stealing an idea from another channel. I can't do that. I'm taking inspiration and making an unethical one to complement the ethical one. So really, all I'm doing is just adding on to it, and I'm not responsible for the pain and suffering that will be caused. This transport thing's taking way too long. Once this transport thing is done, I will be ending the stream. But until then, I'm gonna take the helicopter and fly around a bit, because I like doing this. I wonder how close to the ground I can get. Oh, I can get, like, right by the dinosaurs. I can, like, probably bonk one if I'm, like, if I try hard enough. Ooh, look how close I'm getting to them. Oh, I just probably would have crashed the helicopter there. It doesn't let me crash into buildings. Are you kidding me? You know what? It's more fun to drive the Jeeps anyway. They've even got like a handbrake, you know, and you can like drift with them. Like look at this. I was like driving through the crowds, you know. Another thing that was always fun to do was go flying off hills. That's fun. Like just colliding with buildings. The Jeeps in this game are so much more fun to drive than the other game, I feel like. Like, they feel more drifty, you know? And more, like, fun to mess around with. I don't know why I keep hitting the fence. There's, like, some dense forest here, though, so I can't, like, drive into it. Let me see if that research is done yet.
Hey, how'd you like to be even more busy?
It is.
How's a new contract sound, huh?
So, in that case, I'm gonna go ahead and save the game real quick. And I am going to probably end the stream here. I've been having a lot of fun with the series. Expect another stream tomorrow. Expect another one tomorrow. And if not tomorrow, then probably Sunday. I want to start doing at least 2 streams every weekend. So one on Friday and hopefully one on Saturday. But if I miss the Saturday one, then I'll do one Sunday. But yeah, I hope you guys all have a good weekend. I hope you guys have enjoyed this stream. And yeah, I'll see you guys all in the next one. And thanks for dropping in and liking, subscribing, all of that. But yeah, have a good one.